Hi, my name is Mackenzie Moore, and this is an overview of my summer 2019 internship with Hurricane Construction. So for a brief overview of the company, to the left we have the owner of the company, Mark Hurricane, and then to the right is the president, Todd Donaldson. This summer I worked with an operations team. The four guys in this picture were some of the people I worked with. Pictured is the project engineer, project manager, project executive, and the assistant project manager. The rest of the team not pictured includes the safety manager, superintendents, and the project administrator. Hurricane is a general contractor located in Richmond, Charlottesville, and Virginia Beach, Virginia. It also has a pre-construction team in the office as well as a people strategies team, but I wasn't fortunate enough to get a chance to work with any of those. Pictured here is the 2019 Hurricane intern group, including several fellow Hokies. I was the only intern located at my project. Pictured here is the Sheltering Arms Rehabilitation Hospital that I was working on. Hurricane was the general contractor, and this project was a design build, so Hurricane hired HDR as the architecture firm to work on this project. The owners of this project included Sheltering Arms, VCU Health, and JLL. Some responsibilities I had this summer included reviewing submittals and RFIs and attending weekly meetings with the owners and subcontractors. Along with that, I tracked the ductwork in both Sequence 1 and Sequence 2. The way the building was built was it started in Sequence 1 with a garden level and 4 floors following, and then Sequence 2 was just 3 floors. The topic that sparked my interest in working on a construction job site was sustainability. Construction has one of the highest impacts on the environment, and I became interested in how the project I was working on contributed to the surrounding environment. This is a picture of a good site practice of managing the site environment where excess rainwater collects into a sediment pond that was created by Hurricane. Another good practice in managing the site environment is making sure all stormwater drains are completely blocked off from any excess stormwater from the site getting into it. After any rainfall greater than 1/4 of an inch, an inspector and I would walk the site and make sure that none of the stormwater drains were impacted. Lastly, this picture shows the site surrounding fence that every construction site is required to have. There was one instance where my project engineer and I walked to the site and saw that a tree branch had fallen on the fence, but it was thankfully an easy fix. This picture shows one of Hurricane's best practices of making sure the site environment is clean. They have a trash chute from each floor and dumpsters for the trash to go into. They also have dumpsters in the back of the site filled with metals and excess materials that subcontractors can go in and reuse if needed. After getting approval from my supervisor to research the topic, he mentioned that there weren't a ton of practices of sustainability out on the job site since it wasn't LEED certified, but that there were definitely some practices that I'd be able to spot. For example, when walking the site environment, my supervisor and I came across this guy, which is impacted from construction. In the beginning of my internship, I asked about having a recycling system on the job site. The first response I got to as to why there was not one was because of additional costs. This is one of the biggest barriers when it comes to new innovation and adopting new practices in sustainability. Another barrier to sustainability in construction is the availability of subcontractors that are green. There are very few companies in Virginia where Hurricane performs work that would be able to do the job if Hurricane made more requirements, and additionally, it would be more expensive. There weren't many realistic recommendations I could give to the company because I feel that Hurricane is not at a size to be able to efficiently earn projects and require certain sustainable practices. It can be very expensive to implement new innovations, especially those that are at a technology level that is futuristic. Overall, my internship experience was extremely valuable. I learned so much while being on the job site and in the job site trailer, and just from observing several things around the site. Another thing is that without the practicum, I really think I wouldn't have experienced and learned some of the things I did about my coworkers and the way Hurricane runs its business. It was extremely beneficial to conduct interviews and recognize what I saw out on the field.